Welcome everyone. I am Dipti Jaiswal, Partner Group Engineering Manager at Microsoft, and I'm joined by my colleague Vinay Nalam, a Senior Product Manager at Microsoft Power Pages. Join us as we take you through this journey of reimagining enterprise websites with low-code using Power Pages. Get ready to explore the latest and greatest features and capabilities and discover how organizations are embracing Power Pages for building business websites and staying ahead of the curve. In this session, we will review 5 broad topics. 1, an introduction to Power Pages. 2nd, Copilot for everyone, makers and website visitors. 3rd, low-code and professional developer productivity tools and data connectivity options that enable these makers to connect with line of business data. 4th, security and governance capabilities for admins and makers to govern and secure sites at scale. And we will close with a quick recap and review of the other Power Pages sessions at Build. Let's do a quick show of hands. How many of you have heard about Power Pages and used Power Pages? Okay, that's quite a few. Great. Building enterprise websites can be challenging. Today's organizations are dealing with multiple profound challenges, whether it is about budget and time constraints, or dealing with regulatory or compliance mandatory requirements, or solving data connectivity through data silos, addressing skilled workforce shortage, dealing with demand for rapid digitization, and dealing with cybersecurity risks that come with it. And on top of all of this, AI is disrupting technology at blistering pace, changing user expectations and behaviors. In this ever-changing landscape, it is extremely hard for organizations to rapidly evolve, adapt, innovate, and stay ahead. This is where Power Platform can help. It offers a comprehensive suite of 5 powerful products. Power BI for business intelligence and insights, Power Apps for web and mobile applications, Power Pages for business websites, Power Automate for workflow and process automation, and Power Virtual Agents or Microsoft Copilot Studio for building and extending AI copilots. Power Pages is a SaaS platform that enables enterprises, governments, or organizations to create, manage, administer, and govern rich, secure, interactive business websites over business data. We are seeing strong customer adoption and usage growth with monthly active users upwards of 250 million, growing at a staggering 70% pace year over year. Over 67% of Fortune 500 companies use Power Pages, and the list continues to grow each day. This slide shows some of our customers using Power Pages. EY has built a KYC solution on Power Pages and Power Platform that is now live in 17 countries, addressing and reaching out to 10 million plus users and adhering to the compliance regulations and regulatory regulations for each of those countries. The City of Columbus leverages a custom portal built on Power Pages and integrated with Dynamics 365, which is used for vendor onboarding and registration, providing the public with access to view requests for quotations issued by the city. We have customers from the public sector, government, citizen services, financial services, healthcare, automotive, retail, manufacturing, and beyond, rapidly deploying and running mission-critical workloads on the platform. And Power Pages provides a robust, battle-tested, scalable, and reliable foundation for customers to run these business-critical workloads. The platform serves close to 3 billion website requests per month, with website request reliability upwards of 99.9%. Each website is capable of elastically scaling based on assigned licensing capacity and can handle traffic peaks in the order of tens of thousands of requests per second. Let's now review 4 broad segments of Power Pages capabilities. 1. Copilot for everyone, including makers and website visitors. Second, low-code and pro-dev tools to create and customize sites. Third, rich data connectivity options with external line of business data sources. And fourth, security and governance at scale. The first Power Pages capability is Copilot for everyone. Copilots in Power Pages are helping low-code makers and professional developers be more efficient and productive in building Power Pages sites. Copilot is also enabled for website experiences, enabling improved customer experience for end users of sites. We are happy to announce general availability of Copilot that helps makers throughout their website building journey on Power Pages to generate site, content for the site, enable them to create complex business forms, connect those forms to data, theme sites, and an ability to answer questions. Copilot experiences in VS Code desktop and web are available to professional developers for advanced customizations to create things like form validations, business rules, summarize code, or write Power Pages web APIs. Copilot chat in Power Pages is now generally available. It improves an end user's interaction with the site, allowing them to ask natural language questions and receive concise responses with relevant links. The site Copilot understands the authentication and authorization context of a website user, enabling them data access to what they are authorized to. The Copilot can also be extended via Microsoft Copilot Studio. And we also offered a recent integration with Microsoft 365 Dynamics Customer Service omni-channel capabilities that now allow makers to configure the integration wherein a website's user's interaction can be easily escalated to a live customer service rep or agent that is using Dynamics Customer Service, enabling them to answer the customer's queries and effectively deal with their questions. We are also announcing public preview of Copilot-powered search on Power Pages, enabling end users to find information they need more quickly and effortlessly. Copilot powered search can be configured on any unstructured content which is data stored in Dataverse like FAQ, KB or website content. Search responses are authorized using regular Power Pages authorization constructs like table permissions and web roles. We've seen how Copilot on Power Pages helps low-code makers, professional developers, and end users of sites be more productive. We also saw how Copilot experiences for website visitors can greatly improve their interaction with Power Pages. Next, let's take a look at some low-code and professional developer tools that enable makers to customize Power Pages with ease. We are announcing a native integration of PowerFX with Power Pages. PowerFX is a powerful Excel-like formula language that makes it easy to add dynamic content or write Excel-like formulas to transform data. The first release that rolls out soon will support text, image, button, and iframe components and will enable makers to effortlessly add dynamic content to web pages. PowerFX works with Power Pages' external user objects and honors table permissions and role-based access controls that allow data from Dataverse to be securely accessed. In addition to PowerFX, we are also announcing a new set of UX components called Card Gallery, Breadcrumb, and Flex containers. Card Gallery components enable the creation of visually appealing and intuitive card layouts that are bound to data. The Flex container component empowers makers to build custom page layouts, enhancing the design capabilities available to them through Power Pages Design Studio. We previously introduced co-presence in Power Pages Design Studio, and now we are enabling this feature in Power Pages Visual Studio Code on the web. With co-presence, makers can see other makers working on the site across VS Code and Design Studio and instantly contact them via email or a Teams message. This capability unlocks a whole new level of Fusion team productivity on Power Pages. Now, let's review how Power Pages offers a rich data connectivity story. Dataverse is the out-of-the-box business data store that Power Pages integrates with, providing a highly scalable and secure data foundation for storing structured and unstructured data and allowing implementation of custom business processes. We offer out-of-the-box integrations with both internal and external products, allowing makers to integrate Power BI into Power Pages or integrate e-signature provider like DocuSign and payment providers like Stripe through simple configuration steps. Virtual tables enable the integration of data residing in external systems by seamlessly representing that data as tables in Microsoft Dataverse without the actual replication of data and without the need to add any custom code. In addition, there are also multiple other data sources that makers can connect with their Power Pages sites through Power Automate Cloudflow integration and access to 1100 plus connectors. Power Pages now enables seamless connectivity with line of business data sources such as Salesforce, Oracle, Fabric, and SAP. This integration is via no-code virtual tables and supports all out-of-the-box data components like forms, lists, and Power Pages web APIs. Makers can configure authorization via existing authorization constructs and role-based access controls. Today, we are also announcing public preview of SAP's supplier self-service template that enables organizations to offer self-service supplier features to their suppliers on data stored in SAP. We've seen how low-code and pro-code features like Power Effects, new UX controls, and co-presence in VS Code Web can improve maker productivity. We also saw no-code virtual table integrations on Power Pages that allows makers to seamlessly integrate and connect Power Pages with external line of business data. Now, I will invite Vinay, who will show you a demo of these features in action.
Thank you, Dipti. Let's see some of this goodness that we've just seen. So, Woodgrove Bank is a bank that offers a large range of offerings, ranging from mortgage loans, student loans, car loans, all usual loans for them. And Veronica is an end user or a customer for Woodgrove Bank. She has a mortgage with Woodgrove Bank today. So now Veronica is contemplating on a few financial options. She's trying to buy a used car, and she's trying to understand if what kind of a loan would fit better for her. Does she need to go with a home equity loan or a home improvement loan or just a car loan, whichever gets her the best rates. So she starts her journey on the website as the user for the website, and right now she's not logged in yet, and she starts typing for her questions. The first question she's trying to contemplate is, can she take a loan from the home improvement versus home equity loan? And then she's trying to search, and now what's happening in the back end is the Copilot powered search is looking through the data sources inside of Dataverse and trying to find the relevant results and give an explanation to her. And you see a summary generated by AI here, where it explains how a home improvement loan is different from a home equity loan. And you can also see the references. Basically, it looked at multiple support articles that are present in the website and then try to create a summary out of this. Veronica can read through the details of them or look at the summary that's generated here. Now, looking at that, she also has additional question, whether if Woodgrove Bank even supports an auto loan for a used car. And then she does a search for that. Now, she gets a summarized answer back that yes, Woodgrove Bank does support auto loans for used cars as well. Now, the next question she has is logically, which is, how can I apply for a used car loan? And AI goes back and searches for a relevant answer and summarize it in a detailed, articulated, step-by-step way, where it helps the end user determine where they are in the process of their car buying and get them into the steps that are needed for her to apply for an auto loan. It talks about budget, it explains her about eligibility and the necessary documents that are needed, and then the application process that's needed. And then finally, the loan approval and disbursement for the payment of the car itself. And again, she can have the references that are generated here, and she could read through it in detail as well. Now, with that, now her next question is, what would be the interest rate typically? So she's gonna go search for, give me the interest rate for auto loan. Now, the Copilot powered search only looks for the data that she has access to as an anonymous user, that she's not logged into the site yet, and she sees that she needs to log into the site, and with authentication into the site, she'd be able to ask this question, and the Woodgrove Bank support bot could give her a personalized answer for her account. So she's quickly going to log into the website now. And then she's going to ask the same question, actually through the support part this time. So she's asking, give me the interest rate for the auto loans. And the support bot, it's actually powered by generative AI, and it now returns a response that's saying the rate start at 6% for a 6-month term. And the details can be read through the link provided below. Now, one last question that she has is about her account summary. Where is she in terms of the mortgage account that she's holding? So she's going to ask one last question and see what the bot can generate for her. And you could see that there is a summary that's generated with a reference link as well. So what's the balance as of today, how many terms are left in her loan payment, and the current interest rate, etc. And she could also get to the details of it by just clicking at it, and she could readily see her loan details right here, and what are the upcoming payments and the interest rates that she'd be looking at for the auto loan itself. Now that her journey was so simplified, her questions could be answered so much right from the bank's site itself. Let's take a look at what it takes for the Wood Grove Bank to enable these experiences. Wood Grove Bank, the makers in the Wood Grove Bank can easily enable these experiences through the setup workspace in Power Pages. They can quickly go to Power Pages setup workspace and see the Copilot features for the website users. The first one is site search that we've just witnessed. It's a low-code experience. The makers can easily enable by click of a button and enable site search with generative AI, which is currently in preview, and they can also refine the data on which the Copilot is indexed. So they could choose the tables inside of Dataverse that they need to be indexed against, and enable it for that search. And similarly, for Copilot for the website users can be easily enabled through Add Copilot, and they can go in here and enable the button, which is already enabled in the demo, and they can quickly make changes, basically do the same thing, select the tables that the Copilot needs to be indexed against. It is so easy. Within a few clicks, your end users would be able to enable these Copilot features for the website. Now, Wood Grove Bank saw the opportunity here where a lot of these customers have questions beyond what they have, and sometimes Wood Grove Bank would love to connect them with an advisor, a financial advisor, so that they can better answer their questions in a one-to-one setting. So for that, they've planned to create a new page so that they can facilitate that. They can easily create a new page through Copilot and using the Copilot modes. In the interest of time, we have a pre-created page here, an Ask Advisor, where the end user could, we created a form, and we are using the data that needs to be generated here. And here, Wood Grove Bank has their lead management supported through Salesforce, which means that the form and the experience should be built on top of a table that's existing inside of Salesforce. So what we are doing here is makers can quickly create a new table from external data connectors, as Dipti explained. They could be from Fabric, Salesforce, SQL Server, or SAP. We have a pre-configured connection here for Salesforce. You could select that and then select Next. What I'm going to do here is do it for a couple of tables. I've already done for the lead table. I'm going to show what it takes for a case table for case management. So you could select a case here, that's the table, and you could already see that there is column matching that is coming up there, and the display names and the schema names are presented here. I'm just going to use a prefix of SF to differentiate what they are, and I'm just going to leave the defaults here and leave the mapping as it is, and you could see the mapping from the external data source to the dataverse. And once you click finish, that's going to fetch and create a new virtual table. This is for the case. I've already created one for the leads, and that lead is going to show SF lead, which is the table that we've created for the lead management from Salesforce. Now, we've created a form right on top of that, which is an SF contact us form, and that form is added to the page which is Ask Advisor. And you can see that we've just integrated the native form, and you can already see that it is defined on the top of the SF lead table. And right now you can also see there is customization on top of this form as well. As PowerFX empowers the makers to leverage the Excel-like formulas to enable dynamic data on top of their form. Here in this case, you can see the username is pre-populated by the PowerFX formula. You can see this uses the user object and the full name is displayed here. And similarly, there is a user image that can also be enabled based on their profile, user profile. So you could enable it on top of text control, image control, iframe control at this moment, or even a button. Right below it, you can see the form where we have a few basic fields: first name, last name, company, and phone. On the phone field, right now it doesn't have any sort of validation. So we would like to add that add a basic phone number validation for this field up here. So I'm going to quickly open this page in VS Code for web. So we are going to see how Copilot for VS Code is going to simplify this experience for me without having to know how to write a specific JavaScript for a form validation. So you can see that we've already opened this in VS Code, and you can see this is the form that corresponds to the form that we were looking at. This is the liquid tag that we are referring right here. Now, within this space, I just want to add that validation. So I'm going to go to select the custom JavaScript for this page and go back to Copilot, and I'm going to ask Copilot to add phone number validation. So write JavaScript code for the form field validation to check phone field value is in a valid format. So that's my input. And now Copilot is trying to understand that input and then come back with a response for me. It understands the form with which this custom JavaScript is in. It identifies the fields, and it returns back a code snippet here where you can review through it, and then you can also quickly add it to your custom JavaScript. Now, you can see that there is an error message, there is a validation that is being done here for the phone number pattern, etc. So you could quickly save this and then go back here and then I'm going to click on preview site. So there we are, and I'm going to open the page Ask Advisor. And in this case, Veronica just wants to talk to an advisor from this bank, and you can quickly see that there is a welcome message for Veronica based on her user login and her profile picture showing up, which is a custom tailored experience for the website user. Now, Veronica is going to quickly submit her details. Company. So let's see if the validation works at all. So I'm just going to use 5 numbers for the phone number, and it throws an error. The form could not be submitted for the following reasons because it's not a valid format. So great, that works. I'm just going to use a 10-digit phone number here. And then it returns the same message as well. So I'm going to use a valid phone number, 57. Okay, there looks to be a glitch, so give me 1 second. maybe, yeah. Yeah, I guess the demagogues are not with me. But that brings to the end of the demo, where you can easily add code to make customizations on top of your form. And I would now hand over to Dipti for taking us through the rest of the content.
Thank you, Vinay. Demo gods weren't graceful on us today.
Yeah.
But it was great to see some of these capabilities in action. Next, let's explore governance and security capabilities for admins and makers to monitor, govern, and secure Power Pages sites. Power Pages builds on the security foundations of Azure and Power Platform and offers an industry-leading set of security, governance, and compliance capabilities to manage, monitor, secure, and protect sites. Next, let's review some of the new security and governance capabilities that we are announcing today. Security is one of our core customer promises. Today, we are announcing a new workspace in Power Pages Design Studio called Security Workspace that brings security into the forefront and enables makers to monitor, protect, and manage security for their sites. The Security Workspace offers a comprehensive set of robust controls to enable makers to configure authentication, authorization, and advanced security settings like cross-origin resource sharing or configuring security headers. They can set up and configure web application firewall rules and run deep security scans on their sites to detect security vulnerabilities and remediation steps. Power Pages offers an out-of-the-box turnkey integration with web application firewall, which is now generally available. The WAF capability in Power Pages is now enhanced to support custom rules. These rules include rate limiting, IP geo-filtering, and bot protection rules, and provide makers with the flexibility and controls to proactively secure their sites according to their organizational needs. Makers can now download WAF logs, view insights, and take informed decisions to strengthen site security. With the Security Workspace, we are also launching an inbuilt security scanning capability, which will allow makers to identify and mitigate potential security vulnerabilities through simulated attacks, such as SQL injections, cross-site scripting, or identifying the use of vulnerable libraries within their sites. The website scan generates a comprehensive scan report that identifies potential security threats on the website and also shows actions that makers can take for effective remediation of these risks. The scan result can also be downloaded as a PDF report and can be referenced later or shared with other makers or IT teams. Power Pages allows enterprises to manage security and governance at scale. To that effect, Power Platform Advisor has been enhanced to include Power Pages recommendations. This will equip administrators with actionable insights and increased visibility, particularly in managing unused sites or reviewing websites with expiring certificates. Admins can also share these advisor recommendations to other admins or makers to take action. These centralized security and governance tools will empower makers and admins across organizations to be more confident in their journey of creating, customizing, and launching Power Pages sites. I now invite Vinay again to demo these security and governance features.
Thank you, Dipti. So, Microsoft is doubling down on a secure future initiative. Power Pages is doing that right now, and you can see that we have doubled down on security, and we have a new workspace, security workspace, focused on enabling and empowering makers and admins to make their websites secure. So you can see that now the security workspace has a few aspects in it. You can easily monitor the websites that you have. There is an inbuilt scan that you could run and see the security results for these websites in your tenant. You can see that there are a few failures in this demo. Each of these failures have a risk rating attached. This is being called as a moderate risk here. It explains what this risk is, and it gives a suggestion on how to fix it. And it will help you put to a place where you can fix this for your site. Similarly, there are different types of security checks that are run, and you can see the past ones are all here, and the ones that are failed and needs an action to correct that for your site. It is very easy for you to download this security report and share it within your organization. Also, you can initiate a security scan at any point of time. And it takes a few hours, but it is very critical for any website's health to do that. And now, while the security scan is going to run, we can look at the Protect workspace, where you could see that all the things that matter for your end users' access to the data are put together in Protect, where it is a place where you can see all the web roles for your website, and it shows a quick view of all the pages that have access and the table permissions that these web roles have. Similarly, there are pages permissions that you could see here, each of the page and who can access these pages in your website. It provides a critical capability for the admins and the makers to see how these pages are being used by different users of the website itself. And you can also see the table permissions, where it shows the table permissions that are defined against a table, the type of access, and the roles that have access against these tables. And obviously, the permission levels for those records are also detailed here. So it's one place where you can see the security overview of your website altogether. Now, for the sites that enable web application firewall, they could also do custom rules, and you can quickly see that there are custom rules that are defined here. These rules can be defined to allow or block a certain range of IP addresses or users out of a geo or a request URI, either through rate limiting or just by the match of their details. So let's quickly look at one of the rules. So I'm just going to say rule 1 for IP address. And I'm going to do a match, or you can also do a rate limit. And I'm going to pick an IP address, and I'm going to leave the remote IP address, and then I'm just going to use an IP address. So I can add this. You can use one IP address or a range of IP addresses here, so that they're added as a custom rule. And here, the user out of this IP address will be on the block list. So you can add a set of rules and define as needed for your business, and then make sure you're protected against DDoS attacks by rate limiting custom rules as well. Now, to the manage part is place where you can see all the auth providers and enable different auth providers for your website users. Site visibility is where you could define the site visibility, whether it is a private site which is yet to go live, or a public site where it has access to all the public in your go live. And now we have advanced settings, which is currently in preview, where you could set the HTTP headers and cookies to further protect your site content. There are policies for content security policy, cross-origin resource sharing, or cookie policies and permission policies, etc., that you could configure and customize for your site and make your site more secure from the threats, from the security threats. Now, for the site administrators, to empower them to look and monitor the performance of their sites from a governance perspective, now Power Advisor supports Power Pages websites, where it provides insights into your websites. For example, it provides support to scan and show the websites that do not have web application firewall enabled for their sites in the tenant, or the websites that are going to expire in the next 7 days, to make sure there is no disruption for your business continuity. There are rules to also show any websites that don't have any traffic in the last 30 days, to make sure you're aware of those sites and can be shut down or stopped in case they are not intended to be used. There is also a check on the websites that do not have CDN enabled on their sites. For example, let's take a look at one of those recommendations here, the websites that are expiring the next 7 days. It does look at your tenant and all the websites inside your tenant, and it returns back with a list of websites that are soon expiring. And it also provides next steps for these sites, so that they can be converted to production or even stopped if they are not being used. So the admins can take a measure, and then they can share this report or this alert with anyone over Teams, and they can say, please review this site expiry, and then they can share it right from there, so that you can easily collaborate with admins across your company and share any critical alerts that needs an action to be taken. With that, we are getting to the end of the demo. I'm going to hand back to Dipti for the rest of the slideshow.
Thanks, Vinay. Well, that covers all of our content and demos. It's time for a quick recap and a quiz. In this session, we looked at an overview of Power Pages and covered 4 core Power Pages capabilities. 1, Copilot for everyone, including makers and website visitors. 2nd, low-code and pro-dev tools to enable makers to create and customize sites with ease. 3rd, rich data connectivity with external data sources and line of business data integrations. 4th, new security and governance features for both makers and admins. This brings us to the end of the session. This slide summarizes other Power Pages sessions at Build. Please attend them to learn more about Power Pages. Thank you for your time.